Neverwinter Nights released back in June of 2002. It recently hit a 20-year milestone, and the former director Trent Oster, now founder and head CEO of Beamdog, had some interesting takes about this 20-year-old game, with one of the highlights being that he said they wanted to create a D&D box set in a game. I think this is a highly accurate description of Neverwinter Nights. It is a tool set first, as the main campaign is actually a forced entry into the series that took about 6 months of development. You see, originally the developers wanted to just sell it as a tool set exclusively, but they found that they were lacking in finding something to market to the general public, which is where the Wailing Death comes in. But the question of marketing to the casuals makes me wonder just how many people actually only play the original campaign and never touch Neverwinter Nights' custom modules and persistent world. Neverwinter Nights is a bang for the buck title, with some light monetization trickled in with the recent upgrades to the Enhanced Edition and the premium DLC by Beamdog. It offers a surprisingly large variety of content for absolutely free, provided to the community from the modders. However, this isn't a retrospective of Neverwinter Nights, but a review of the OG campaign, Wailing Death. In it, I take a look at the original offerings by BioWare. With all that being said, remember, if you like this style of content and want to see more, to give a thumbs up and subscribe, but let's dive in.
What a sack of flesh! I will not be used in your spells!
Taste my savage fury!
Nothing to me!
The best place to start is to understand what the Wailing Death campaign was originally, a showcase of what someone could do with the Neverwinter Nights toolkit. Of course, starting in the iconic location of Neverwinter never hurts either. The hero is introduced to the main character that will have a major role in the plot throughout the different chapters of the game, Erebeth. The premise is simple. Neverwinter is facing a plague that is causing devastation in every district, from the esteemed Black Lake district to the shady docks, and it's up to the hero to find out what is causing it, and is there a cure to be found. From here, the layout seems pretty simple. 5 districts, each with their own unique problems, locked behind guarded district gates, complete with their own unique theme to the cityscape of Neverwinter. Now, there's an abundance of side quests as well, as casually striking conversation with named NPCs will usually generate something that needs to be done somewhere. The hero can also add a henchman from a selection of different people that offer varying abilities and capabilities. From there, the hero is often running, trying to figure out which section to tackle first. There is hints to what each area is like with encountering mobs, and without giving too much away, just finding that out and thinking about the playable character that you created can help pick the one to tackle first and make that process a whole lot easier. I'm not going to lie, I wasn't blown away by the design of Neverwinter. I've seen custom modules that have better laid out division of cityscape than what this original campaign offered, but it is functional and to the point, with the plot forming together nicely enough to give some flavor to what is happening, and really some decent use of background ambience to set the mood for each district apart from one another. One thing is certain, the original campaign doesn't skimp on content. There is a ton to do, which makes up for another strong point on the positives for the original campaign. The next chapters following all take place with their own theme and locations and their own set of problems, but with this huge story arc overlaying everything. Immersion is another strong point, and there is even some light role-playing going on that doesn't even involve combat, as in one instance you act as a detective, defense attorney in a murder trial, Forgotten Realms style. This really doesn't have much to do with the whole story arc, but it's a nice break that helps to firmly place oneself in the location and fill in gaps to make this world seem more alive. Nothing better than playing Matlock the Barbarian for a couple hours. I do feel, however, that by the time the last act rolled around, I'd overstayed my welcome in this world created and wanted to see a conclusion to the story arc. In some ways, the Wailing Death sticks around a little too long and gets to be a lot to chew on about the halfway mark. Also, because of whatever reason, maybe in the way I completed side quests, sometimes the main campaign would just suddenly smack me in the face as I was hit a random encounter based on the story arc, and that bad baddie would absolutely destroy me. I say random because it literally happens after leaving a loading screen, and sometimes even into areas I had previously traveled. But since I'm secretly an old school save scumming bastard, this had little effect. I could, however, see some people losing hours of progress if they're not careful, so that's a little bit of a minor spoiler there. Another positive aspect has to be the original score of this game. Some of that music really hits the feels, and I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of a sample piece right here. Neverwinter Nights, The Wailing Death, while a complicated mess of a backstory on production, is however exactly what it surmises to be. A showcase to the Aurora engine, which strangely enough gives us a little bit more. An interesting story involving murder, betrayal, and something that could only happen in Dungeons & Dragons. A world where magic is real and old gods do exist. While not the greatest campaign offered, it chalks up enough D&D goodness to call it worth a play. Well, that's it for this review of The Wailing Death. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day gaming. Later.